Akhenaten was an ancient Egyptian pharaoh reigning 1353 to 1336 BC or 1351 to 1334 BC, the 10th ruler of the 18th dynasty. Before the 5th year of his reign, he was known as Amenhotep IV. As a pharaoh, Akhenaten is noted for abandoning Egypt's traditional polytheism and introducing Atenism, or worship centered around Aten. The views of Egyptologists differ as to whether the religious policy was absolutely monotheistic, or whether it was monolatry, syncretistic, or henotheistic. This culture shift away from traditional religion was reversed after his death. Akhenaten's monuments were dismantled and hidden, his statues were destroyed, and his name excluded from lists of rulers compiled by later pharaohs. Traditional religious practice was gradually restored, notably under his close successor Tutankhamun, who changed his name from Tutankhaten early in his reign. When some dozen years later, rulers without clear rights of succession from the 18th dynasty founded a new dynasty, they discredited Akhenaten and his immediate successors and referred to Akhenaten as the enemy or that criminal in archival records. Akhenaten was all but lost to history until the late 19th century discovery of Amarna, or Akhenaten, the new capital city he built for the worship of Aten. Furthermore, in 1907, a mummy that could be Akhenaten's was unearthed from the tomb KV55 in the Valley of the Kings by Edward Akhenaten. Genetic testing has determined that the man buried in KV55 was Tutankhamun's father, but its identification as Akhenaten has since been questioned. Akhenaten's rediscovery and Flinders Petrie's early excavations at Amarna sparked great public interest in the pharaoh and his queen Nefertiti. He has been described as enigmatic, mysterious, revolutionary, the greatest idealist of the world, and the first individual in history, but also as a heretic, fanatic, possibly insane, and mad. Public and scholarly fascination with Akhenaten comes from his connection with Tutankhamun, the unique style and high quality of the pictorial arts he patronized, and the religion he attempted to establish, foreshadowing monotheism. The future Akhenaten was born Amenhotep, a younger son of Pharaoh Amenhotep III and his principal wife Tai. Akhenaten had an elder brother, Crown Prince Thutmose, who was recognized as Amenhotep III's heir. Akhenaten also had 4 or 5 sisters, Sidamen, Hanutaneb, Iset, Nabita, and possibly Bakitaten. Thutmose's early death, perhaps around Amenhotep III's 30th regnal year, meant that Akhenaten was next in line for Egypt's throne. Among the last documents that refer to Akhenaten as Amenhotep IV are 2 copies of a letter to the pharaoh from Ipi, the high steward of Memphis. These letters, found in Gurub and informing the pharaoh that the royal estates in Memphis are in good order and the temple of Ptah is prosperous and flourishing, are dated to regnal year 5, day 19 of the growing season's 3rd month. About a month later, day 13 of the growing season's 4th month, one of the boundary stela at Akhenaten already had the name Akhenaten carved on it, implying that the pharaoh changed his name between the 2 inscriptions. Akhenaten died after 17 years of rule and was initially buried in a tomb in the royal wadi east of Akhenaten. The order to construct the tomb and to bury the pharaoh there was commemorated on one of the boundary stela delineating the capital's borders. Let a tomb be made for me in the eastern mountain. Let my burial be made in it, in the millions of jubilees which the Aten, my father, decreed for me. In the years following the burial, Akhenaten's sarcophagus was destroyed and left in the Akhenaten necropolis, reconstructed in the 20th century. It is in the Egyptian Museum in Cairo as of 2019. Despite leaving the sarcophagus behind, Akhenaten's mummy was removed from the royal tombs after Tutankhamun abandoned Akhenaten and returned to Thebes. It was most likely moved to tomb KV55 in Valley of the Kings near Thebes. This tomb was later desecrated, likely during the Ramesside period.